The reason why your brain resists change so much is because of something called neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity basically means that your brain changes its structure based on what you're doing. So if you're constantly doing the same things over and over again, your brain will actually physically change and it will resist change. For example, let's say you have a habit of checking your phone every single day. Your brain will actually start to physically change and adapt to that behavior. So when you go to check your phone, there's a reward circuit in your brain that lights up like a Christmas tree. It's called the reward pathway, and it releases all these feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. So the next time you check your phone, you're gonna feel good. And then the next time you check your phone, you're gonna feel even better because your brain is physically changing and adapting to that behavior. And this is how habits are formed. But the problem is when you try to break that habit. So let us say you're retrying to break the habit of checking your phone too much, and you don't want to check it anymore. Your brain is going to resist that change because it's going to be harder to feel good. That reward pathway isn't going to light up as much. Those neurotransmitters aren't going to be released as much. So your brain is going to resist that change. And this is why it's so hard to break bad habits. You know, people try to quit smoking or drinking or gambling or pornography, but they can't because their brains are physically wired to those behaviors. They're physically wired to the reward that they get from those behaviors. But here's the good news. Neuroplasticity also means that your brain can change for the better as well. You can actually change your brain for the better by doing things that are uncomfortable at first. So if you do things that are uncomfortable at first, your brain will actually change and adapt and become more flexible. So the solution is to do things that are uncomfortable at first. For example, if you want to change your brain to be more flexible, you should start doing things that are uncomfortable at first. You should start doing things that challenge you, that push you out of your comfort zone. Because when you do things that are uncomfortable at first, your brain will actually change and adapt and become more flexible. This is why meditation is so powerful. When you meditate, you're doing something that's uncomfortable at first. You re-sitting there, and you re-focusing on your breath, and you re-not moving, and there's no stimulation. And so your brain is going to resist that change. But if you push through that resistance, if you push through that discomfort, your brain will actually change and adapt and become more flexible. And then when you stop meditating, your brain will be more flexible. So now when you go to check your phone, you won't feel as much resistance because your brain is more flexible. So the key is to realize that your brain is always changing, always adapting. And you can either change it for the better by doing things that are uncomfortable at first, or you can change it for the worse by doing things that are comfortable.